Injustice anywhere.
Injustice anywhere.
Is injustice everywhere.
Is injustice everywhere.
Down with TPLF.
Down with TPLF.
Who is number one terrorist in Ethiopia? Who is number one terrorist in Ethiopia? Down with TPLF.
Down with TPLF.
Stop land grab in Ethiopia.
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 Journalism is not an act of terrorism.
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 Okay. Cover two. Listen up.
Listen up.
Listen up.
Listen up.
Listen up.
Cover two.
Listen up.
Listen up.
Listen up.
Listen up.
Listen up.
Listen up.
Cover two. Listen up.
Listen up.
Listen up.
Listen up.
Cover two. Listen up. Listen up. Cover two. Listen up. Listen up. Where is media? 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 Norway. Listen up. We are silent speakers. We are not a criminal. 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 We are not a criminal.
Jens Stoltenberg.
Yes, Stoltenberg.
The UDI.
The UDI.
Where is your dignity?
Where is your dignity?
Where is your principle
Where is your principle?
on human rights?
Human rights.
Where is your dignity?
Where is your dignity?
Where is your principle
Where is your principle?
on human rights?
On human rights.
Deporting the Ethiopians.
Deporting the Ethiopians.
Deporting the Ethiopians
Deporting the Ethiopians.
to torture,
To torture.
to imprisonment,
To imprisonment.
to humanitarian violation
To humanitarian violation.
is a crime.
Is a crime.
Is a crime.
Is a crime.
Jens Stoltenberg,
Yes, Stoltenberg.
the UDI,
The UDI.
Norway.
Norway.
Where is your principle?
Where is your principle?
Where is your dignity?
Where is your dignity?
Where is your principle?
Where is your principle?
Where is your dignity?
Where is your dignity?
Where is your human rights?
Where is your human rights?
Deporting the Ethiopians.
Deporting the Ethiopians.
Deporting the Ethiopians
Deporting the Ethiopians.
to torture,
To torture.
to imprisonment,
To imprisonment.
to human rights violation
To human rights violation.
is a crime.
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 Thank you.
መለከት ረገድ
Peace. Rastafari is the Prince of Peace.
አንዱ ዘር ከሌላው ዘር ይበልጣል ይሻላል የሚባለው እምነት ዋጋ እንዲያጣ ሆኖ ካልተወገደ በአንድ ሀገር ውስጥ አንደኛና ሁለተኛ ደረጃ ዜግነት ካልተሰረዘ አንድ ሰው በቆዳው ቀለም ብቻ የመብቱ መጓደል ካልቀረ ለሁሉም ሰው የዘር ልዩነት ሳይታሰብ እኩል የኢኮኖሚክና ተመሳሳይ ሰብአዊ መብት ካልተሰጠው እነዚህ ከዚህ በላይ የተዘረዘሩት ሁሉ እስከተፈጸመበት ቀን ድረስ ሁላችንም የምንደክምለትና የምንመኘው የዓለም በሕግና በደንብ መተዳደር ሊደረስበት የማይቻልና እንደዚሁም በዓለም ላይ ሰላም ጸንቶ እንዲኖር የምናደርገው ሙከራ ሁሉ ባዶ ምኞትና መና ሆኖ የሚቀር ግብ እንዳይሆን የሚያሰጋ መሆኑ አስተምሮናል። በደቡብ አፍሪካ በአንጎላ በሞዛምቢክ የሚገኙ ወንድሞቻችን ካሉበት የባርነት ቀንበር ነፃ እስኪወጡ ድረስ መላው አፍሪካውና እስያኖች በዓለም ሸንጎ በእኩልነት ደረጃ ድምጻቸው እስኪደመጥ ድረስ የአፍሪካና የእስያ ክፍለ ዓለም ሙሉ ሰላም አላቸው ለማለት አስቸጋሪ ይሆናል። ለሁሉም ሰው የዘር ልዩነት ሳይታሰብ
For the last year, the Ethiopian Asylum Seekers Organization has had their base at Bataria. We've followed and supported their work to raise awareness about the hopeless situation of papirless Ethiopians in Norway. And then came this agreement, and we're shocked at our government that they would initiate and agree to this agreement with the Ethiopian government to force asylum seekers to return. In under 2 weeks, they will send children to an uncertain future, and they will send human rights activists back to a regime that meets dissent with jail, torture, and even death. We hear and we share the despair and the grief of your community, and we feel powerless. What can we do in the face of the government's policies? And then I imagine, how do you feel? If I feel powerless, how is it for you? I know that you don't sleep at night. At the same time, I see how strong you are. I see the warmth and care you give to each other and the solidarity you have. I see the values of Bimishun, my organization, in practice. It is our vision that all people will be met with respect, justice, and care. At Bataria, we see activists who are fighting for political change in their country, who are fighting for democracy and justice. These are the very same things the Norwegian government, or the Norwegians, honored with the Nobel Peace Prize not so long ago. And now they're sending activists back to Ethiopia, where their activities can be penalized. Many in this group have lived in Norway for years. What is the hurry? What is the rush? When rushing can lead to human rights abuses, even death. We ask the government to take time to reevaluate each case. We ask them to take time to assure the security of those who returned. Many of these applications for asylum were denied years ago, and the political activities since must be taken into account.
Can you put a little more?
More?
The volume.
We ask that the government take time to ensure the best interest of children. Life in Norway is the only thing many of these children know. Barnets beste. It applies for the children of asylum seekers too, does it not? A stortingsmelding is on the way about refugee children. Why rush? Why rush and send these children to an unfamiliar country and an unfamiliar future? Dear politicians, can you, with your hand on your heart, guarantee that David, Julia, Emil, and 400 others will be safe when they're returned to Ethiopia? If not, this process must stop now. Slow down and take time to ensure that their safety is secured and that human rights are respected.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
So as you know very well, it's not the Ministry of Foreign Affairs who are in charge of immigration issues. That's of course the Ministry of Justice and other departments. So we of course just have to rely on the authorities, on the competent authorities in this case, which is not actually the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. But I'm here of course to receive your letter and we have heard you loud and clearly. We will receive the letter, and if the Ministry of Justice is the right department, we will of course make sure that transfer to the Ministry of Justice your letter. Otherwise, we'll apply it. So thank you very much.